Hello, everyone. It's been a little bit since I've been on. Uh, there's just been a lot of life situations that has prevented me from streaming live, but I'm back, and I hope to be consistent again with a weekly class, at least one weekly. And I'm also going to add a restorative once a month. So if you've never done a restorative class, um, I like to do it later in the day, especially maybe right before bed, because I'll have a combination of 3 to 4 poses where we're in it in what's called supported poses, which targets different areas of the body to do a very gentle stretch. It's very relaxing. So I hope you'll join me for 1 or 2 of my restorative classes, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I hope that you brought blocks, blanket, bolster, and a strap. And we may or may not get to all of them, but it's good to have them if you have them. And if you don't have those things, you can supplement with pillows, a soft robe tie for the strap, um, just anything that you think you could use to supplement, or you can go without it and just try to do the best you can. So here we go. We're going to start in a easy seated pose. If I put my paper. Well, I had it here just a second ago. I apologize. I just had it in my hand, and I went to get something, my strap here. Well, gee, it's disappeared. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. My first class back. I'm rusty, I guess. I had it on the chair, which I had over here, and then decided I didn't need a chair for this class, so I carried everything over there. We're going to start in a easy seated pose to begin with. I'm going to keep my glasses handy in case I need it. So if you have your blanket or a bolster, not a bolster, a block, you can sit on your block or your blanket. I'm going to sit on my blanket. It's a little bit more comfy. And we're just going to start with some warm-ups here. And the reason why we should sit on a blanket is it helps to raise your hips up a little higher than your knees, and your knees may not go down on the floor if they're up like this. And that's as far as you can go. You can take your blocks and rest them so that it's more comfortable. Actually, I think I'll just do that. It's pretty comfortable this way. And also by sitting on something where the hips are a little higher, it's easier, more relaxed for the low back to sit up nice and straight. And that's what's important, because in yoga, we're wanting to improve our posture. So this is one of the poses that helps to do that. So as you're sitting up nice and straight, let's just turn our palms up, and you can place your index and thumb together, or you can just have your hands relaxed. I'm just going to have mine relaxed. And just close your eyes down for just a moment as we think about coming to the mat and what is your goal for today. The class is called Honest, and as I decided on what poses to put into it and to bring about an honest yoga class, I guess, I want you to think about what your body can actually do. Not what you think you can do or what you think others can do, but what you can do. Be honest with yourself. It's so important in an exercise routine that you are doing what you're capable of and not what you think you are. That's been a really hard lesson for me. I tend to overdo, which is why I probably have some of the issues I have now. So let's take in a nice deep breath through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. And on our exhale through the mouth, we'll just make a soft inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Just doing that, I already feel calmer and ready to focus. So let's do a few shoulder shrugs, up and back, up and back, up and back, up and back. We're going to take our right hand and put it to the right side of our body and just tilt over, like, remember the little tip? We're going to tip over as we inhale the left arm up and over our head. Really pull in your abdominal muscles here. They're called Uddiyana Bandha. There's 3 bandhas, and of course I forgot to look up the other one. I have 2 memorized. Mula Bandha, which is your pelvic floor, and Uddiyana Bandha, which is your abdominal muscles. On your next exhale, we're going to come up, placing the left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Oh, that was a nice stretch there. And I'm just relaxing into this pose. If you want to walk your fingertips further because you feel like you can stretch more, I don't really feel like I'm there yet. I've done a few stretches this morning and some cleaning activities, but no real like focus stretching. So this feels really nice. On your next exhale, we're going to bring the right arm up, placing it on the floor. Inhale the left arm up. Holding in those Uddiyana Bandhas. I like to say that word, Uddiyana. And do a nice inhale. Exhale the left arm up, over to the left side. Inhale the right arm up and over. Should feel really nice. We're doing very nice, slow warm-ups. And inhale and exhale as you really pull in the stomach muscles. Let your stomach muscles help you come up. And then just place both arms down by the side. And I'm going to remove my blocks from my legs. I'm going to come to a standing position. Which way is the best for you? I like to come up to a tabletop, and I'm going to move my blanket out of the way so I don't trip over it. And I'm going to curl my toes under and bring my booty up as I come up to. We could have done the down dog there, but we're going to do down dog later. To a nice standing position. And Tadasana. With our hands on our hip bones, not on our sides. These are the accessories. And your fingertips pointing down. Your fingertips should be right over your ankles and your feet. Then you know you're in the right position. This is the best standing position for your hips and your pelvic area health. So let's do 3 nice inhales. So we're going to bend our knees generously. Ooh, cracks. And inhale up. I'm going to take a little wiggle to each side. The side stretches that we did sitting really made me feel like I need a little bit more. Inhale and then look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Try not to take your head back too far. My head is actually just right even with where my arms are or my face is. In other words, don't like crank your head all the way back like that. We're just doing a nice gentle back stretch through the spine because our class is focusing on the spine alignment and low back health. And as you exhale, bring those arms down. Inhale up. Slight back bend, so you're looking at the ceiling and the wall where they meet. just gives your back a nice little curve, not overextending it. And of course, holding in your Uddiyana bandhas. Exhale down. Last one, inhale. Up. And nice stretch. Really trying to stretch my arms up. So I'm doing an elongation of my torso and exhale down. That gave a nice stretch through my arms too. And we're going to do a couple more warm-ups while we're standing. So let's take and press the toes into the mat. Really press them down. Really like you're trying to take the mat and crunch it up. And then raise the toes up. I don't know if you can see very well. If I had a camera person in a fancy studio, I would have them zoom in on my feet so you could see that. But I don't. So just follow my instructions and then press the toes down, really crunching them into the mat. I'm really pressing. I'm kind of tipping forward a little bit. And then bring the toes up, spread them apart. I'm really trying to get this little toe to spread apart since I broke that bone. It's having some issues. Press. Issues, and what I mean is it's not as flexible, or I don't have as much control to move it up and down. So I'm trying to build that strength back up in there. And then release the toes up. Then we're just going to gently rock back and forth. So I'm going to come up a little bit on my heel, a little bit on my toes, but not too far. Don't come up on your tiptoes yet. We're just warming up. I could do it sideways, just like you're used to know a teacher. I can't remember. I think it was Mr. Akers. Yeah, it was Mr. Akers. And he'd stand like this in class and rock back and forth. And he looked like Alfred Hitchcock. So, which I loved Alfred Hitchcock as a kid. He wasn't mysterious, but he looked like him and he would walk back and forth. And being that was in 6th grade, of course we would go on the playground and then make fun of him. Okay, so let's bring that to stillness, and we're going to, I guess I should have kept my chair over. If you have a chair or a wall handy or a couch or something, we're going to stand on our left leg and bring our right knee at a 90-degree angle. I was all balanced there. And we're just going to rotate the ankle, which doing it without a chair or the wall. Now, reverse is really good for your balance. You're standing up nice and straight and you're holding in your abdominal muscles. It helps with your balance. And then we're going to kick our leg out and in. This could be more challenging. I'm going to have to grab my chair. This is the bad leg for balance. I'm trying to regain that. I lost a lot of balance wearing the boot. The boot is a great balancer. Now we're just going to take the right knee out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in, and then bring that to stillness. I said the boot is a great balancer. The boot is so big and wide that you can stand on that without any trouble because you've got a great platform. Maybe if I had bigger feet, I might have better balance too. Now let's go to the left side. So we're going to bring the left knee up. We're going to circle the ankle. Can you see that ankle circling? And then reverse. Oops. I said this is my better balance side. And look at me following. Well, now you know. You don't have to do the poses perfect. And we're going to kick the leg out and back. We're just lubricating those joints. Remember, lotion is motion to the joints, and then left knee out and forward, out, forward, 3, 4, and last one, 5. Wow. Every day that I do this, my balance gets a little bit better. I was really good because earlier this week I had to use the chair the whole time to help me. Not the whole time, but to get me started. So practice does help. And as we get older, if you're a young person doing my class, you're probably thinking, oh, I've got great balance. But as you get older, your balance tends to not be so great. And so it's good to keep those skills up. And we did our shoulder shrugs while we sat down. Let's do some airplane arms. So arms straight out like an airplane. Woo! Used to do that as kids. And we're going to circle. Let's do little circles forward. And little circles backwards. I used to hate the circles when we go out on the playground and do these. My arms would get so tired. Must not have had any arm strength back then. And bring that to stillness. We're going to make a little bit bigger circle. Holding in our Uddiyana Bandha. Suck it in. And reverse. I got my updated COVID vaccine Friday. And I went ahead and I got that pneumonia vaccine. The pneumonia vaccine made my arm really sore. And then bring that to scarecrow arms. I'm just going to go up and down. So I got one in each arm. So I'm ready for the fall, I guess. Now let's stretch your arms to opposite walls. Really stand up nice and tall. When you're stretching your arms, it kind of makes you stand up straighter, I think, because you're really trying to stretch. Sucking in that Uddiyana Bandha. Woo! My arms are getting tighter. And bring that slowly down. Shake it out. And we're going to do a little bit of our neck warm up. Let's bend our knees a little bit just because we're going to be doing some. Mine are really clicky today for some reason. And that's better. Must have got some more lotion in there. They're smooth now. They were a little rough. Okay. So for the neck, we're going to tip our chin forward towards our chest, but not all the way down. Standing up nice and tall, that posture again. Going to slowly roll the head to the right. So you're kind of like looking over your shoulder. Center, left, center, right, center, left, center. It felt good. And we're going to go into a warrior one. I'm going to start on the right leg, so I'm going to bring my paper this way. So in warrior one, we're going to step the left leg back. And I go back quite a ways. Yours may look more like this, depending on your flexibility. And when you step back, our hips are facing forward, right? So we're stepping back. Try to keep the hips facing as much forward as possible. If you are facing the short end of your mat with your right toes pointing forward, that's where you want your hips facing. It's better if you're doing this where you're facing the short end, because then you have room to step back and still be on the mat. If you're on the long end, you're going to go off the mat. We're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale as we bend the right knee and bring the arms forward. And you see my knee is over my ankle. Don't go too far. It's bad for the knees. I'm just going to hold this. We're going to do a lot of holding because this is what helps to build the strength and endurance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, the left leg to the front. Oh. There's a bug. I can't let that. We're outside. Maybe it came in with me. This is going to be the class of weird stuff happening. I don't know where that came from. Sorry. Okay, I had to get the bug. I don't want bugs in my house. We're going to do the same thing with the left side now. So step the right leg back. Your left foot is facing forward. Your right leg, should mention the foot is at a 45-degree angle on the right leg here. So we're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale, left knee over the right ankle. Left ankle. Left knee over left ankle. That'd be hard to put the left knee over the right ankle. I'd like to see that happen. You'd be a pretzel. Oh, maybe I guess you could be doing eagle pose. You might be able to do that. And we're holding this for 15 seconds. So you should really feel that strength building up in the thigh muscle, the glutes. 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, your next exhale, bring the right foot to meet the left and shake it out. Then we're going to add on to that. We're going to do warrior 1 and then warrior 3. I'm going to get my chair. I forgot about warrior 3. It's very helpful to have something to balance, and I'm not close to a wall. So, and it will be a fluid movement. So, step back with your left leg. Nice straight posture. Hips are forward. They're not going to be completely angles forward because of the left leg going back, but don't be turning this way is what I'm saying. That's warrior 2. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, right leg down into warrior 1. Be very strong in your warrior 1 pose. And we're starting our time for 15 seconds. The reason why I'm holding the poses is that's where we're doing our strength building. We're also doing a little stretching because we're opening up these hip flexors in this pose too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale and exhale as we come up onto the right leg. Our arms are forward and our left leg comes up. That was 5 seconds. Woo! I have to have that chair handy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the left leg to meet the right. That was a warrior 1 and warrior 2 sequence. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step back. Bend the left knee. and hold. We're also, I feel this in my inner thigh, also on my right leg when I'm standing on the right leg. On the left leg, I feel it on my thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and exhale over, bringing the left leg up, straightening the left leg. It won't be completely straight. I'm going to have to move my chair out just a little bit. Arms are out in front. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up slowly. It's important to come up with control. Don't just fall out of the pose, because that's where you're really using that muscle during the movement part. You're, it's the better dynamics for the balance. I think we'll do that one more time. Let's see my time. Yeah, let's do that one more time. This time we might just go a little bit faster. So standing feet together, but width apart. Going to take the left leg back. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee. And arms come down to front for warrior one. Nice, strong warrior. If you want, you can look up where the ceiling and the wall meet, like you're gazing in the horizon after a big battle. Maybe you had a battle this morning. I had a battle with the vacuum. And I won. I picked up a lot of dirt. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. Getting that right leg balanced. And if you can, bring the left leg up. Arms out. If you can't do that, you can keep the toe on the ground. You're still using those same muscles. It's really good for this glute. I feel it a lot in the glute on this. It's when I look up at the clock, I lose my balance. 3, 2, 1, up slow. That's a challenge. It's making me sweat. Inhale up. Exhale, right leg back. Bending the right knee over the right foot. Standing in a nice, strong warrior pose. Tightening all your leg muscles, your abs. Really feeling those muscles work. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale as you get the stability in that left foot to bring the right foot up into warrior 3. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise it nice and slow, and the right leg meets the right foot. Ooh, that was a lot of work. That is a really, maybe they call those warrior poses because they're really strengthening. We're going to do chair pose. I'll turn sideways so you can see. And we will hold chair pose for 30 seconds. So we're going to bend the knees generously as we inhale up. And exhale like you're going to sit down. There's a chair behind you, so your booty is really stretching out there. Your chair pose can be here depending on the strength in your legs. You can start working on lowering it down. And I am counting. We've been in it 5 seconds. I'll tell you when we're halfway there. Really pulling the stomach halfway there. And if you need to come out of the pose at any time, please come out of it. You don't have to stay in it the whole time. That's our goal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up. You'll do that again. Inhale up. Exhale into chair pose. This time try to come down a little further wherever you were at. Try to keep the back nice and straight. Don't be doing chair pose like this. That is not stretching the right muscles. That's 5 seconds. I'm really feeling it in the tops of my thighs. We've really done a lot of work on that. Halfway there. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. I did a class and someone said, I can't breathe while I'm doing. I'm like, breathe. I don't want you to pass out. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly come up. I think she was concentrating so hard. I think she was breathing. I hope you're not holding your breath the whole time. Let's do a little shoulder roll back. That feels good. And just shake the legs out. We're going to do one more chair pose, a variation. We'll see if we can do it. See if I can do it. I am going to have my chair handy. Because on this chair pose, we're going to stand on one leg. So we're going to inhale up. Exhale, booty back. Booty back. And then if you can, bring the right leg up. It can stay here or it can come up off the mat. Halfway there. Ooh, this is hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up and place your right leg to meet the left. Shake your legs out. Now we'll try the other side. Just in case I need it. I've been subbing a lot this week, so I've been working probably more on my balance than I normally do, and I should do it every day because it has helped tremendously. Inhale up. Exhale, booty back into chair pose. When you feel balanced, raise the left leg up and hold it. And I started from when we just went into chair pose, so halfway there. Holding in the stomach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up. Bring the left leg to meet the right and shake it out. We're doing some challenging balance poses today, so hope it helps. You can do these at home alone, or if you're staying in line at the groceries, you can just lift at one leg, work on your balance. You know, you can sneak balance exercise in anywhere. Now we're going to do a down dog sequence. We'll start with the down dog, walking the dog, 3-legged dog, low lunge, and plank. Then our beloved child's pose. So, feet hip width apart, inhale up. Exhale over, bending your knees, walk your hands out into down dog. Oh yeah, first down dog of the day. Might be a little tight, so you can walk your dog out. It's 1 foot up and 1 foot down, alternating. Your head should be between your arms. Don't be looking up. You don't want to hurt your neck. And you can bring that to stillness, and I'm going to try and put both of my heels down. I'm just going to work them down slowly. And your heels may not go down all the way at all. So when you get to where you want your heels at, try and take where you're pushing the tailbone towards the ceiling, and it should give a nice little stretch through the low back. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift the right leg up, so I'm on my toes. Then I can put my heel completely down and lift the left leg up into three-legged dog. I have to keep my heel up a little bit. I'm kind of tight today. So three-legged dog, let's flex our foot, and we're going to, the foot should be like it's going to walk on the ceiling, and we're going to do some pulses. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And bring that down. Instead of low line, I think we'll do pigeon pose. So bring the right knee up in between the hands so that you're sitting with the left leg is straight back. My toes are on top of the mat. The top of my foot is on top of the mat. And you can stay here. Your pigeon pose may look more like this. And if you need to put a block under your hip, if you can do that pigeon pose, just stay there. Maybe you need some support. You're not just flexible and you're working towards that goal. It can be up high, it can be down low. You can put a blanket underneath you, or a bolster even if you need that. Wherever your pigeon pose is, just get comfortable, and if you can stretch your arms out forward and put your head on the mat, you're in an extreme pigeon pose here. I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds because some of you have been in it for a while I was explaining the different things you do. When you're ready, you can curl your left toes under. Bring your hands down alongside where your knee is at. Press up and bring the right leg back then into tabletop. Tabletop, our knees are hip width apart, our wrists are under our shoulders, and you can press your fingertips into the mat if your wrists are getting tired. It will take some of the pressure off. We're going to take our right hip and press it to the right, and then look to the right over our shoulder into a C curve. Inhale, exhale through the center, and do the same thing on the left. The left hip is swinging to the left. Try to come up by the shoulder, and we're looking back over. Inhale, exhale through the center, to the right, hip to the right, head to the right. We'll do this 5 times. This is 2. Inhale, exhale to the left. Nice and slow. The slower you move, the better. Inhale, exhale to the right. For 4. When you get to the right, breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. Just keep breathing. It doesn't have to be long, deep breaths. Just breathe. Inhale, exhale to the left. This feels so good. Inhale, exhale to the right. Last one. This should feel really nice for the low back and the side stretch. Inhale and exhale slowly to the left. Inhale, exhale to the center, and come back into child's pose. So we're taking some of the pressure off of our hands. You can rotate your wrist around. I'm going to put mine behind me and rotate. And I'm going to put them back up ahead of me and just relax into this nice child's pose. I think we'll just stay here about 30 seconds. And then we'll go and do the other side. Should feel real nice on your low back. Get ready to come out of child's pose by hinging forward, putting your hands back onto the mat, curl your toes under into down dog. And we forgot to do our plank. We'll have to do it on this side. We'll just do it first. So we are here in down dog. Let's walk the dog out again. Oh yeah, they're a lot more flexible now. Limbering up. And bring that to stillness. And we'll roll over into our plank. So you're just going to roll forward and you should be in a great plank here. The left elbow still acts up sometimes. Your body should be straight. Oh, I need to lower that down. I think I'm going to have to readjust my hands. There we go. Now it can be straight. My knees are slightly bent. Roll back up into down dog. And we're going to bring the left leg up with the foot flexed like it's on the ceiling. And we're going to pulse 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, exhale, bring the left knee up between the hands. Our right foot is straight back. I'm going to come down off of my feet, my wrists. They're feeling the stress of that. And this time I'm going to just rotate my wrist around. If you want to lay your head on the mat and rest, we'll hold it for 30 seconds. I got to flex my wrist a little bit. If you press, when you're in a wrist position with your fingertips, really press the fingertips in. That helps relieve some of the stress on the wrist. We got 10 more seconds in our pigeon pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So to come out of it, we're going to curl our right toes under. We're going to press our torso up with our arms. Raise our knee up and bring. We're going to come into another tabletop. Take a nice deep breath. And this time, instead of the C curve, we're going to do just some, it's called moving tabletop. So we're going to take the hips, press it back towards, angling to the right of our mat, swing it around to the center. The left hip is now angled. Come up and circle around. We'll do 3 of these and then reverse. That's 2. Very slow. If your knees are hurting, put a blanket over them. 2. Have a very cushy mat and carpet. 3. Reverse. So now we're going to swing to the left, back around to the right, to the top, left, right, top. Last one, left. I'll swing around to the right, and come to the top, just stillness. And let's come up into a hero's pose. If this bothers your feet, you can put, or you can't come down that far, you can put a blanket or a bolster underneath you here. I think I'm just going to do it this way. I could sit the other way, but this is a little bit more comfortable. And if I want to be honest with myself, I prefer this way. So you find what is your best hero pose. I will demonstrate with a bolster. I've taught some classes where people cannot do this at all. And I have them really stacked up with bolsters and blocks. So your hero pose could even look something like this, with something underneath your ankles, or even if you can't lay your feet flat, you can press your toes up. This is pretty comfortable. But I'm going to go back to the blanket. You've probably been in hero's pose long enough, so come up out of hero's pose and back into a tabletop. And we're going to press the fingertips into the mat, curl the toes under, and we're going to do a floating table. So we will just press the knees up about 1 inch off the mat and hold it for 15 seconds. Very important, you're pressing with your fingertips here. At 5, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out of it. Go back into your hero's pose of choice. And we'll hold this hero's pose for 15 seconds also. Sitting up nice and straight. Hero's pose is really good for your posture, stretching out the top of the thigh, foot flexibility. It's good for a lot of things. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out of hero's pose back into a tabletop. We're going to do one more floating table. Curl the toes under, press the fingertips into the mat, and come up. 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. We're going to come into it's called thread the needle. So we're going to take our right hand and move it up a hand space. Pull in your abdominal muscles really nice and tight. We're going to inhale the left arm up and exhale as it comes down through the arm, and you lay your head on the mat, on a blanket, or a bolster. And I'm stretching my right hand out nice and straight. My left arm is to the side, stretched out nice and straight. My booty's in the air. I really like this pose. It's one of my favorites. It's a good gentle twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right arm down so the hand is even with the head and press up. And bring the left arm, center yourself back in the tabletop. Bring the left hand up, a hand space. Inhale the right arm up. As we look up to the right, exhale down. As we come down, looking to the left. Stretch the left hand straight in front of you, over your head, and right arm is stretched to the left side. Booty's in the air. Holding your abs in, pulling those Uddiyana bandhas. I can't see my clock. I'm just going to guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide the left arm so that the hand comes in front of your face. Push up with that and bring the right arm to the mat. Sit back in hero's pose. And we're going to do a little counterbalance with a mini camel pose. So we're going to take our hands and try to reach behind us and press our chest up to the ceiling. If you have trouble in camel's pose, just press your arms back and look up to the ceiling, and that will give you that nice curve that you need in your back. You don't have to go all the way down. This is a pretty difficult pose. Be honest with what you can do and don't overstretch. It's more important to be in the right position with your body than to be in the extreme position for the pose. I can't even do the extreme position, which is holding your toes and coming back. It doesn't fit my body. Maybe when I was 20 something. And then come forward for a relaxing cat-cow. Inhale, arching the back up into cat. We're getting close to our Halloween where everybody has the cat in this pose. Exhale into cow. So you're pushing the belly down and the head comes up. Inhale into cat. Rounding the spine, tucking the chin into the chest. The feet are laid out flat on the mat. Stomach is pulled in, especially in cat. And breathe while you're here. This feels so good. It really stretches nice to the shoulders, or the shoulder blade area, I mean. And on your next exhale, into cow. So the head comes up, and we're pushing the belly down towards the floor. The booty is coming up. It's like you're pressing the tailbone to the ceiling like you would in down dog. Try not to overextend. I say if you lead with your ribs, you probably will not overdo it. So inhale up into cat. And breathe. Now when I go into cow, I'm going to lead with my bottom ribs, pushing them down as I bring my head up slowly and push the tailbone towards the sky or the ceiling. I was outside the last time I did this. And then bring that back up into tabletop. Take any last wiggles that you need. I got to get off of my wrist. So we're going to come down to the mat into a restorative pose. Have one of your blocks handy because we'll use it. So into restorative pose. Your feet are flat on the mat. I have my arms outstretched in a T shape. And just lay here for just a second or two and let your body melt into that mat. So it just feels like you're gonna just rest. Which is what we're doing. That's what's called restorative rest. And then on your next exhale, we're going to let the right knee roll over to the right and the left knee follows. Keep your shoulder on the mat. Swing your head to the left. It's just your hips moving and your hip will come up, but not all the way. And you should not be trying to press the knee to the mat. It's not going to go down there if you're doing the pose correctly. Inhale the knees up. Exhale to the left. Head to the right. This should feel very nice on your low back. Let's have a nice it feels so good. Inhale, knees up, roll them to the right, left head swings to the left, your left head. If you have two heads, that's awesome. You have double the brain power. Inhale up. Exhale as your head goes to the right and your legs swing to the left. Nice and gentle swings. Inhale the knees straight up. Now grab your legs behind your knees and pull them up and roll so that your low back is really pressed into the mat there, and you're giving your low back a very gentle, nice massage. Should feel very good. Oh yeah, it feels so good. Now, if you have your strap, we're going to do a happy baby, and I like to do it with a strap. Let's see where my strap is at today. That's little. So you're going to make a loop. I'll sit up to show you. And then you can be getting your strap handy too. Oh, we forgot to do we'll do that later. Let's see if we have time. We were supposed to do a supported bridge pose, but I got distracted. Doesn't really matter. I just have a guideline of what I would like to do, and if I don't do all of them, most of the time I don't. I like to put more down than I need, because then if I get brain fog because I'm so relaxed in my yoga, I can still function and look at my paper and go, oh, well, let's just do that pose. Because a lot of times I just think of poses as we're going along anyway. So making a big loop. See that loop? It's a big loop. And we're going to have a big loop because now I'm going to go back over here into restorative rest pose. I'm going to take my feet, get it inside the big loop, grab on either side of the buckle so you're not holding something hard or that's not on your feet, and going to happy baby. I like using the strap with Happy Baby because your shoulders should stay on the mat. And sometimes when you're not, you're up like this. And we're not trying to work that hard in Happy Baby. And then we're just going to let our feet roll side to side as we're holding here. This keeps the feet at the right angle, and we can go all the way over and up and all the way over. Our nice little rocking. You know how babies do this, and then sometimes they roll over and they're shocked because they're now on their bellies and they didn't know what happened. When you're coming up, really use your Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach muscle, abs, to bring yourself up. Really think about that. Don't just use the force of the roll. Like right here, oh yeah, get those stomach muscles going, which is great for if you do have low back issues. You really want to develop those Uddiyana Bandhas. And then bring that to stillness. We're going to go 1 foot up and 1 foot down, just to do a little stretch. We've done a lot of strengthening of the legs. We're going to do a little stretching. And this feels nice too. And then bring feet straight up in the air into a hand to big toe, but we're using a strap. Or actually, I guess this is more like staff pose because I can straighten my legs more. I don't have to have them back. That's more like a forward fold for a nice hamstring stretch. And let's point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. You should feel that through the calf and the hamstring. We've worked on those muscles. Now we're going to let them stretch out. You should be very warmed up after for your 1 and 2, or 1 and 3. And then release your strap. And like I said, have your block handy. We're going to do one more pose, and then we're going to our Shavasana. We're going to place our block underneath so that the edge of the block is right where the tailbone is. So it's on kind of on me, it's the flat part of my butt because it's flat there. You may have a more rounded butt than I do, but it's on that bony pelvis. And we're just going to let that acclimate. And this is a great one for low back also. And then we're going to take and we're going to, your hands should be out by your side so that you have a little support with your arms when we go into some of the other poses. You won't need it so much in the supported bridge pose, but we're going to take this out in a minute. But I wanted to go through the yoga pose that we're going to do first with it so that you can make sure that you're doing it correctly. I'm going to raise the right foot up and see how my knees are even. It's like pretend there is a string between them and they're attached. Don't get your leg up here or down here, but even. We're just going to point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. And then bring the right foot down. And we're going to bring the left leg up, and it's even also. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Last time, point and flex, and bring that down. Walk your heels up closer to your booty, lift up, and remove your block. And now we are in bridge pose. Really try to push the pelvis bones up to the ceiling here, and you can use your hands for support. There should be no pressure on your head or neck. It should be on your shoulders, and you should feel it through your glutes and your hamstrings. Now we're going to do the one-legged bridge. So raise the right leg up so that the knees are even and hold. And we'll hold it for 10 seconds. Halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down. And we're just going to stay here and go to the left side. Raise the left leg up. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down to match. Really raise your bridge up. And hold. We'll do 15 seconds on this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly roll down. Now you get to do the fun part, Shavasana. So if you brought your blanket and you feel you need a blanket, although the last 2 days we had nice fall weather, and then the last 2 days we've been back into the throes of hot summer, like in the 90s. I'm going to get my eye mask, and my neck support that I got at Aldi's. I love this thing. It's so good. And I like to put a bolster underneath my knees for good low back health. And even if you don't think you need a blanket, if you just take your blanket and put it on across your abdomen, it kind of provides a little comfort. It's like a little weight, grounds you a little bit more. And I want you to lay back, and I'm going to take you through a guided breathing while I'm adjusting, and then I want you just to breathe normally. We'll have about 10 to 12 minutes in Shavasana. And I will encourage you to do Shavasana because it will let all of the exercises, the yoga poses that we've done, gel the body and relax. And that's a great stress relief, of course. But it does have a benefit. It's not just to lay here and do nothing. It's actually doing something for your body. So try to keep that in mind. Here we go. We're going to breathe in through the nose to the count of 4. Hold it to the count of 2. And exhale through the mouth to the count of 4. And we'll do that 4 times. I'll talk you through it. Inhale nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Inhale nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Exhale mouth, 2, 3, 4. last minute stretches that you might want to take. Maybe a couple of deep breaths, getting that out. Feels nice. Maybe rotating your ankles and your wrist. We did a lot of wrist work today. Stretching back up. And then when you feel ready, or you don't have to, you can roll over onto your right side and push with your left arm to a seated position. I'm going to bring my bolster up closer to the. Oh, I usually sit in the chair. That's what I do. It's been a while since I've streamed. Several months. It's been a wild ride this whole summer. Through the winter with my boot and then recovery, and then my husband and the new grandbaby came and had to go up there for a while, of course. So this class was called Honesty, and hope you use that as a self-reflection, and it's an opportunity to acknowledge your honor and truth. Give voice to your genuineness and share your authenticity with those around you. And when we're doing yoga, it is very important that we are honest in what we actually can and cannot do. You don't want to be doing a pose just because you think, oh, she's doing that, or he's doing that, or I saw that in a picture and I don't think I look like it. Don't force your body into any yoga pose. Listen to your body, be honest, and as you get older, you may not be able to do the poses like you did when you were younger. That's where I have the trouble of, well, I used to do this and now I can't, but I just have to listen and take it slowly and maybe not as stretchy. But it's still using the muscles and keeping your body active. And I have a quote. Don't worry about being perfect, just be honest. I really like that quote. I thought it went really well with this class. Let's rub our hands together, bringing love, joy, honesty, and warmth, and press that into our heart center. And bowing our heads, I honor the light in you, and just ask that you honor the light in others, and be honest as you go throughout this day or the next week, and think about what you're doing. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me with the class, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And I always welcome any comments. So thank you again. Ta-ta for now. See you next week. And I will start reposting on Thursdays again, but I wanted to get started, and I missed this Thursday because I was really busy. I was subbing a lot.